Dear Sir, I would like to spend a few moments writing in response to a very disturbing YouTube video that I discovered through the Christian section of matthughes.com forums. The recording clearly shows a phone-in radio programme of some description where a member of clergy responds to various members of the population. One specific incident I found rather disconcerting was when an expecting mother phoned in with the news that medical professionals had told her that her unborn child would almost certainly die soon after birth, and her question was whether in this case or not the morally correct thing to do would be to abort the child, as the medical professionals had expressed concern at the possibility of a risk to the life of the mother. The biblical teaching on this matter was contrary to what was recommended by the pastor in question. The Bible is absolutely adamant in the Mosaic law that life is to be respected and that to kill another is so drastic an action it deserves the repayment of a second life. Thou shalt not commit murder. The Bible gives no known exceptions to this rule, so I found it outrageous that the preacher in question actually gives his personal assurance that the Lord would not hold the murder of her unborn child against her. Now, before you consider me some New Testament Zionist, let me also add that I recognise that the pastor probably gave this answer because the woman was extremely distressed, and also that the baby was not going to survive, and further that she was at risk. However, the deeper worry here is whose trust and faith should we place ourselves in? Do we trust that the Lord knows best, and that no matter how hard our personal situation is, that there is a way forward without breaking the sanctity of life? Or do we trust that the medical professionals know best? Miracles do happen. Quite possibly the baby would develop later to be different from that which the doctors claim. Perhaps that mother was about to receive a blessing. But that is not really my main worry about what the pastor was advocating. My worry is that the church in America believes that it has control over life and death. In the past, many millions of mothers have died in childbirth, and many millions have died in childbirth only to have their babies perish also. There was the thought that the mother could avoid her own danger of suffering and death by slaughtering her baby. The Bible's greatest rewards are for those who are not afraid to sacrifice themselves for others. That would include a mother for her child. The Bible is also clear that God has ultimate control over who lives and who dies. If this bit of unsound advice was given to the woman in the hope of adding comfort, that she may escape possible death by slaughtering the child, then it is a false hope. If God wishes to claim that mother for himself, she will die whether she keeps or aborts the baby. Finally, the ultimate disappointment of this video was the fact that the baby's death was seen to not matter, and yet at all costs the mother had to avoid pain, danger, suffering and death. The Christian does not fear death because they are aware of what lies beyond. If all of the above could not have been explained by that religious man in the time provided, then the call should not have been taken. I don't doubt the best of intentions, that the pastor merely wished to help and comfort her, but he spoke in public for Christ to someone seeking guidance and was grossly inadequate and extremely misleading in terms of biblical reasoning. Yes, God is love, and yes, God forgives sin, including abortion. That doesn't mean we should recommend doing a sin and then repenting for it to remain in our comfort zone. God has given no one permission to sin. With high regards, Amore Fides.